Hello. Let's sit away pain by spiraling energy to the 640 muscles that can align our 206 bones, helping us promote metabolism, self-repair, and age painlessly. Notice your seated habits from ankle to knees, to hips, to shoulders, to ears today. Awareness through these 5 access points can retrain compensatory habits into perfect form with this spiraling formula. Let's begin with a self-check-in. Where is your balance loaded at your ankle axis, your knee axis, your pelvic axis, your shoulder axis, and your ear axis? By noticing any issue at these segments, you can reposition and retrain better body habits anytime you sit. Let's begin by moving your ankles forward until you can see your toes. Make sure your feet are straight. Let's place your hands on your thighs, palms up, and just begin to notice the tightness and notice the stress in that body. Let it go. Always with our breath, building that fire of energy and reconnecting the brain and the body. Let's start with what I call a breath belt. 16 core muscles. Inhale that breath under that lower belly, and then they exhale and pull that lower belly into your back. Well done. Hopefully you're starting to feel a spiral instead of that old coiling habit. Great, now let's work out more core. At your ankles, we're pressing that heel down to the floor. At your knees, we're going to point your kneecaps at your pinky, about 5 degrees. Well done, you just engaged some inactive third chain hip muscles. Say goodbye to those saddlebags. Now we're at your hips, that pelvic axis, your center of gravity, where we've been taught to do everything wrong over the last 30 years. Instead, let's do it wrong to do it right. Notice those hips. Use your formula for form and begin to arch and tilt that pelvis. In the middle of those 2 extremes, arching wrong, tilting wrong, in the middle, neutral, we're strong. I have a windshield wiper exercise in our spiraling formula. Notice the hip and lift one hip up to the rib. Notice the other hip, move it up to the rib. So one hip will be moving up, one hip will be moving down, and in the middle of those 2 extremes, I hope you find a better neutral. Well done. As you tone those buttocks, pressing your heels down, those thighs and arches engaging, you're engaging your infrastructure, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, the fascia, and the nerves that move us anytime, anywhere. Well done. Let's breathe again. No need for crunching. We crunch when you breathe correctly. Well done. Pull that belly button into the back. Integrate better posture with all 3 chains of muscles with this daily practice. A+, that ankle anchored, those knees pointing at those pinkies, that pelvis in a better neutral. Might feel awkward, but it'll start to feel correct and aligned the more fluidity we get into that 3rd chain. Let's spiral that core energy to the floor, use that breath belt, and now begin to engage your upper axis points. At your shoulder axis, lift your ribs with an abdominal 8-pack. It's in there. But you have to relax your spine. It's not your back's job anymore. Joints don't burn calories. Your infrastructure can. More breath. Finally, at your ear axis, tuck your chin and gently move your ear axis back to an imaginary headrest. This will unschlump that hump and engage your 640 muscles as you work gently and mindfully from ankles to knees to pelvis, shoulders to ears, adding another breath belt. You've just assessed and addressed some of your own roadblocks to your functional efficiency. Practice spiraling from those ankles to the ears again until perfecting posture is no longer awkward and your muscles don't even know they're tired. Now let's stretch. We're going to do a seated bend over. Maximize this exercise by spiraling that core energy to your heels. Knees turn out with those hips infrastructure? Great. Try hinging your hips back and lifting your ribs up. As you stretch that upper body over your knees, let your arms go. Let them relax and maybe touch your shins or your ankles. And then begin to spiral. Where is that energy at your ankles? Can you rock weight forward, back, side to side? Those knees. Functionally fidget with your spiral. Turn and turn out. In the middle, neutral. At your pelvis. Hinge. Tilt. Well done. At the ribs. Drop those shoulders down. Lift those ears up. Good. Let it all go. Press through the heels and slowly roll that spine up, stacking those 3 vertebral bodies of that spine from your arches to your inner core, to your lower belly, to your middle back, and finally at that ear axis. Neutral. Ears in line with the shoulders, in line with the hips. Well done. You too can sit away pain today, anytime. Daily practice shreds that body. Want to get lean? Then today, don't lean. Seated spiral and sit away your pain.